Yeah, yeah, yeah. 98, baby. From Premium. I got 40K streams in the palm of my hand. Every movie, every channel on demand. Netflix, nah, I'm running my own brand. Yeah, 98, I'm the cable god fam. 40K, I don't gotta wait. Premium dreams straight from heaven's gate. Unlimited flicks, tell them chill, press play. Instead I Iptv, baby, all day. Cut the cord, now I'm plugged into glory. All the shows, yeah, I'm writing my own story. From ESPN to that new Mandalorian. Feel like a king in a digital emporium. 40,000, that's a nation on screen. From Dubai to Queens, I see everything. HD dreams, no cable box fiend. Just Wi-Fi, baby, I reign supreme. Movie night, drop the popcorn, run it. That new release, already done it. Blockbuster in my room, I ain't bluffing. Got all the channels, they be pressing buttons. I got 40K streams in the palm of my hand. In my hand, every movie, every channel on demand. On demand, don't need HBO when I got the whole land. 98, yeah, that's the game plan. 40K, I don't gotta wait. Premium dreams straight from heaven's gate. Unlimited flicks, tell them chill, press play. It's that Iptv, baby, all day. See, I don't just watch TV, I curate the vibe. You wait 3 months for a movie, I watched it before the trailer dropped. This ain't cable, this is liberation. I see 10 screens at once, like a genius. Premier League to K-drama, seamless. Old school classics, new school bangers. Only thing missing is a Grammy hanger. I pay less, they pay more. I see doors, they see stores. They buy plans, I explore. 40K options, I'm never bored. Yeah, $98 changed my whole life. TV ain't never been the same. It's Yay Vision, Iptv edition. Wanna be recommendation to match. Try something like but all of the lights as inspiration. I can also want a beat recommendation to match. Try something like all of the lights inspiration. I can also
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? So the reason why I wanted to actually do this video today, guys, to just explain to you how cable IPTV is exploding. And so I wanted to do this video, guys, to show, listen, if you've ever wanted to make money in any kind of industry, whether it's entertainment, whether it's e-commerce, whatever the case may be, now is going to be a great opportunity for you to join in on something that's going to basically take the world by storm. And what do I mean by that? Taking the world by storm. It's meaning that everything that we already currently are doing as far as entertainment or watching TV or watching Instagram or watching Facebook. Let me make sure you guys can see me first. Let me change my view. Let me move my face into the view of the camera. Can you guys see my face, or is it in the camera? Is it not in the camera? Okay, I think I'm in the camera now. All right. So basically, I really wanted to come on and do this video, guys, to kind of introduce to you something that's not really new. It's something that we're actually already doing. We're already watching entertainment. We're already watching TV. But what we're doing is we're paying too much. We're paying way too much for entertainment and paying way too much for television. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to create something that's going to be global, not just working in the States. I didn't want to create something that's just going to be available for people. You know, if you're living in the 50 states, I wanted something that's going to actually work, whether you're traveling to Ireland or Australia or Africa or Connecticut, you know, wherever you're going or wherever you travel to, I wanted to give everyone something that they're going to be able to use and utilize, and not only just use or utilize, but also sell it if you wanted to become a reseller. And so what does this give you? A lot of people have a lot of questions and they ask me, okay, you started a cable company, but what are you offering us different than any other IPTV cable company? What do you offer us differently? Because the one that I have right now, I love it. You know, it's doing me good. I get 10,000 channels. I can't even watch 10,000 channels, but I love what I have. The only thing that I don't like about my cable, but every now and then it freezes, right? That's one of the main concerns that I hear from most IPTV subscribers if they have a service that freezes, right? So I created something that's not going to freeze. I created something that's going to give you a plethora of channels and something that's going to not only allow you to watch TV, but also make money off what you're watching, right? So everything that I watch and everything that I do right now with entertainment, I'm getting paid to do it. So if you're going to be doing something, right, I give everybody an analogy of using a cell phone, right? To me, a cell phone is not used for just talking. It's actually used to make money. If you're not making money to pay your cell phone bill, then you're actually literally wasting time picking up that phone call every time someone calls you. If there's not any monetary thing attached to it where you can actually make money to pay for that cell phone bill, then you're really wasting your time. And it's the same thing with entertainment. If you're just watching TV, if you're watching Netflix, and you're watching channels like HBO, you're watching all these series, but you're not able to make money off these programs that you're watching, you're really wasting your time, right? So why sit and watch TV and not make money? That's why I created Global Vision TV, guys. So not only are you able to watch television, but you're actually able to make a profit off what you're watching. How do you do it? All right. So I want you guys to take a look up in the top hand of your screen, and you'll see. And this is basically, I'm gonna pull up here and show you guys if you wanted to become a reseller. So the first thing we're talking about is we're going to be talking about becoming a reseller, and then secondly, today we're going to talk about you just actually using the service, as a consumer or as a customer versus you selling. A lot of people don't want to sell. A lot of people say, you know what, just give me your service. I don't want to deal with anything else. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to deal with people. I just want your service. So if you just want to, use our service, that's fine. I'll talk about that on the second portion of the video. So if you can see down below, guys, it's premium cable. It's $98 yearly, and that comes with unlimited TV, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Paramount, and multiple, many more actual premium channels. But those are some of the few that everybody normally pays monthly subscriptions for, which would be like your Netflix, your Hulu, your Amazon Prime, your Paramount. All this is included with your cable service. Now, one of the main things that people often wonder about is, the IPTV is cool, but it doesn't have my local channels for where I live, right? That's one of the main things that people have a problem with at IPTV. We've solved that problem, right? So when you sign up with our service, whether you're signing up to be a reseller or an actual consumer or a person that just wants to use the cable, it comes with all your local channels for your area. So let's just say you want to watch the Channel 6 News or the Channel 12 News or Channel 26 News, right? And most IPTV providers won't have that. We have already included that in our service. So it will just be just like you're having a premium cable service, whether it's Comcast, Adelphia, Cox Cable. It's the exact same thing. The only difference is you don't pay the same price. What do you need? A smart television? Or you can use an Android box. Now, it doesn't have to specifically be, a Fire Stick. I know most people love Fire Sticks because Amazon is one of the largest companies in the United States, and they sell you Fire Sticks, but you do not have to have a Fire Sticks. Here's one of the things that I want to recommend you guys. It's going to be a little bit less pricier than the Fire Stick, the Amazon Fire Stick, and it's still based on Android platform. What I would recommend you guys doing, especially if you want to be a reseller to this program, or if you just want to be a consumer, you can use a smart television. All right, that's the number one thing. You can use any kind of smart TV, but I want to also let you guys know that if you have a Roku television, Roku can be used, but it is one of the hardest TV suppliers to actually do IPTV because of the security protocols they have on a Roku television. Now, if you guys also have AT&T, I also want to let you know that AT&T has one of the best security as far as thwarting your IPTV service. So a lot of people say, well, does this service freeze? No, The service does not freeze, guys, because we have the same servers that the cable companies have. How are we able to do that? We invest in our product. We invest in everything that we give you because we don't want people complaining about, the servers freezing or the cable freezing. So we wanted to invest in that and actually the infrastructure of our company and our servers. And so you don't have to worry about freezing. Now, if you're trying out our service and you're doing a trial and you have AT&T and you have a Roku TV, those are going to be the only two reasons that your service is going to freeze. Is because, again, AT&T will thwart the service. They don't want you doing IPTV. They want you to stick with their company. So they're going to do more security measures to keep you from logging on to the internet when you have IPTV. Now, a quick fix, even if you have AT&T, a quick fix for you to stop that would be get a VPN, right? And you can get a VPN. We would recommend you getting a VPN, and that way it will open up the access for you to be able to have access to the cable and the channels. Now, you want to know how many channels we have? 40,000. There is not going to be anywhere in this world on the internet currently right now that you're going to find a cable company that's going to give you 40,000 channels. Now, the most channels you're probably going to receive is maybe 140 or 150 channels. That's at the max. So you got to keep in mind, we're giving you 40,000 live channels. Now, we're not talking about VOD, video on demand. We're talking about actually live channels that are broadcasted globally around the world. Now, you can actually customize our service as well. Of course, it comes with 40,000, but if you want to specialize it where you only get just USA channels, we can actually customize it where you only receive USA. You might not want to receive channels from China. You might not want to receive channels from Brazil because they speak all Spanish, right? It's fine. We can actually customize the system, and we can customize your channels where if you don't want 40,000, you don't have to have it. We can give you 20, we can give you 30, we can give you 15, we can give you 10. Whatever is going to float your boat. That's the great thing about Global Vision TV, guys, is we customize it based upon our customer or our client. It's whatever you want is how you get it. All right. And so I want to explain to you guys, and I don't want to talk about this so long because we'll end up doing a 3-hour video, right? So I want to explain to you guys the packages, right? So we have 3 tiers. Let me move this out of the way. If you see the 3 tiers here, you'll see a 520 package. You'll also see a 880 package, and you'll see a 1250. Now, here's what I recommend, because a lot of you guys have never done business before, right? When you come across this video, you're like, oh my God, it's another business. You might not have experience in talking to customers or clients. So you don't know where you're going to get your clients from. It's okay. Everybody watches TV. Everybody's on social media. Everybody's doing Instagram. Everybody's doing TikTok. If they're not watching an actual television, they're watching something on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or Twitter. They're watching something. They're being entertained. We must get entertained 24 hours, right? And so this is a business that you don't really have to be good at. I was talking to somebody the other day who was like, you know what? I don't have many friends. Well, you can start. For starters, you got 5,000 fake Facebook friends, right? So you can start there, right? And even if you don't have a lot of friends and you don't know how to sell, it's okay. We don't sell cable. We sell opportunities, right? And so that's one of the main things that's going to make you successful in IPTV. And a lot of people say, hey, is this illegal? IPTV is not illegal. All right, guys, IPTV is not illegal. So I just answered your question. Is it illegal? No, IPTV is not illegal. All right, guys. So what's stopping you? What's stopping you now from making a commission or making a profit on what you're already doing? You're already watching television. So why are you going to just sit and watch TV for free when you can get paid for it, right? It just makes sense. All right. So the first package we're going to introduce you to is $520. And I'm going to tell you why it's not a lot, right? The reason why it's not a lot, guys, because all you got to do is sell like 4 to 5 subscriptions and you got your investment back, right? So how do you make money with 520? So I go in here and I invest $520 in this company. I have no clue what a global TV is or a Global Vision TV. I don't know how many channels they have. It's just confusing, right? Are you guys just like the jailbroken? Somebody proposed this message to us in our inbox. Is this just like a jailbroken Fire Stick? No, it's not. All right. And I want to explain to you. If you spend $520 today as a reseller, you get 120 credits. Now, 120 credits means that's 120 customers that you're able to sell, because 1 credit equals 30 days, right? It's a 30-day trial. It's like a 30-day plan, right? There's 30 days in the month. So 1 credit means that it will last for 30 days. So what that tells me, guys, all right, I'm going to break it down in layman's terms. If I have 120 credits and I just paid $520 for it, that means I paid $4.33 per cable subscription. That's what I paid per credit, $4.33, right? I have 120 credits, so that means either I can sell 10 customers, because if you divide 120 credits divided by a year, it's 12 months in a year. So if you divide 120 divided by 12, that's a total of 10 customers, right? So you say, well, how much money can I make off that? How much do you want to charge those 10 customers? How much money do you want to charge those 10 customers? How much profit do you want to make each single month that you have your service? Now, I broke it down very simple for you. Okay, so you're paying $4.33 per credit per se, right? That's 1 month of service. So you're not going to sell the cable for $4 because that's what you paid for it, right? So what are you going to sell? What is cable worth to you? And when I propose that question to you guys, what are people paying these days for cable? And we're talking about traditional cable companies. What are they paying? $100 a month? No, that's just for internet. 150 to 170. That's about correct. If someone has internet and they have a basic cable service, they're going to be paying 175 US dollars. And that is for having absolutely nothing. That's about 30 channels, 30 premium, not even premium, that's just 30 cable connection channels. And they're paying about $175. So if you have somebody paying $175 for just basic cable, and you tell them, hey, I want to give you a free trial. And that's one of the things with this cable company, guys. We're able to do free trials for a full day. And then after that free trial, guys, that's going to be enough for a customer to see everything that you have to offer and say, you know what, this is just no nonsense. It's straight to the point. It's 40,000 channels. There's no freezing, and it's everything that I want in a cable service. I'm just saving money. What is that worth to you as a salesperson, and what is that worth to you as a consumer who watches TV already? You know, I had Netflix and I was paying $24.95 for I think 5 connections, which was HD. Here's the great thing about this service. It's in high definition. It's in 4K and it's also in 8K. A lot of televisions in the United States are not even 8K unless you're spending $20,000 for that TV. This signal comes across as 4 and 8, which is going to give you that high quality and that high definition signal that no other provider offers, guys. There's no comparison when it comes to Global Vision TV versus everything else on the market. Now, your question is probably going to be next. Dang, well, everybody doing IPTV in my area already. The majority of people I know, they don't even have cable. They already got an IPTV provider, right? Cool. Because you're not trying to get them to switch. The only thing you want your customers and clients, potential clients, to do is compare. And the cable will speak for itself. Again, this is not a service that we're trying to tell you to sell. The only thing that we really want you to do is compare what you're already doing. And this is just how you would talk to your clients, your potential clients on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You would merely say, who do you have for cable now? And a lot of people will say, I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in 5 years. So what do you have, right? Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, Showtime, HBO. I mean, what do you have? What do you currently have right now, right? That's your next follow-up question. What service are you using? And you want to make sure you hear that number one thing that a person's always going to say, I already have IPTV. That's what you want to hear, right? Because when they tell you that, that's not a message to tell you, oh man, I can't offer them anything now because they already know what IPTV is. That's the best client because they already know how to work the IPTV. They already know what to expect. And 9 times out of 10, guys, a person who's already got rid of and kicked the cable to the side and are already doing IPTV, they have already experienced that a lot of IPTV providers are going to be freezing, right? So your number one sales tool is going to be, we do not freeze. And it's not a marketing tactic. You know, a lot of people use that as a marketing tactic, but ours is not a marketing tactic because it actually does not freeze. Now, again, I gave you 2 reasons of why it does freeze, right? Roku TV. It'll freeze sometimes because Roku does not allow you or don't want you to download third-party apps onto your television. They have one of the highest securities in Roku. If you Google it, you'll see there at the bottom of the list for best sold TVs, right? And next, AT&T people who have AT&T service. If you have AT&T, they have really, really great security. So you got to do something to get out of that security, meaning you got to get a VPN to allow your when you log in from your home, it does not show that you're logging in from your home. You're logging in from somewhere else, right? It's a virtual private network. That's what a VPN is. And so it's an easy way to get around it. It's not an issue. You can get around it. But so don't let that deter you from doing IPTV as a reseller. Now, it doesn't cost you a whole lot. $520 for you to have your own business. You own it. You're not going to be representing my company. You're not going to be representing Global Vision TV. You're going to be representing whatever you want your company name to be. It will be your company. You're going to receive a back office. You're going to have a panel that you can go in and turn people's cable on, and you can turn it off. That's the amazing thing about this service, guys, is that you become your cable company. You're no longer a consumer. You are the CEO and the boss of your company. You guys understand the magnitude of what that will allow you to do? Not only are you just watching TV anymore, you're not wasting time watching TV. You know, when I used to watch TV, it was one of the biggest wastes of my life because I didn't get anything out of it. But now when I watch TV, I make bank. I make money. So I'll tell you guys what my goal is. When I created this company, my goal was to make, and it's a small goal, my goal was to do $5 million in a 2-year span of time. And it's probably going to get done in 1 year, right? So my goal was to do the 5 million and just walk off into the sunset and go and move overseas permanently. That's my goal, right? But you don't need to hear my goal. What is your goal? What income bracket are you trying to get to that's going to have you satisfied where you don't have to go and clock in to a 9 to 5 and you can look at yourself every day and say, you know what I'm doing, I'm changing lives. I'm changing my children's lives. I'm changing my family's life. I'm changing people's lives around me. This is a great opportunity, guys, for you to be able to do that with this Global Vision TV, because it doesn't just work here in the United States. It works everywhere. I don't care if you were under the ocean. If there was a Wi-Fi signal under the ocean, this TV would work. All right. So I just showed you $520. You're paying $4.33 per credit. So let's just say you sold that cable to your client for $25. It's not a lot of money at all. But if you sold that cable for $25, right, and you sold it to that client, and remember, you just paid $4.33 for that cable line, that means that you just walked away with $20. And all you did was show somebody how clear your TV was, how it doesn't freeze, and then they had access to all new movies that came out in the theater. So now, I know when I go to the movie theater, I spend roughly by myself $40 to $50. If I'm gonna take somebody with me, it's gonna be $80 because they want hot dogs and nacho cheese chips, and then they want candy. So it's gonna be like $70 to $80 that you spend on a movie. Do you know? And I've added this up myself, that when you get this service, whether you pay the $25 or whatever you guys might charge your client, $30, they're saving $75 to $85 on a movie. You ever heard of Netflix and chill? You can do whatever your company name is and chill right there in your bedroom or in your house or wherever you have your cable set up. Guys, there's so many ways that you can make money with this service. Not only when you're selling this service to your clients and customers, say, hey, do you have a big house, right? How many TVs do you have? Have you ever thought about throwing fight parties? Guys, this TV is so stable. You can literally, and I just watched I watched the UCF fight, the UFC fights 2 days ago. I watched the boxing matches 2 days ago. I watched the WWE 2 days. It was all in 8K. So listen, a way that you can sell your clients as well when you become a reseller is you can tell them, hey, if you're into throwing fight parties or if you're into throwing UFC fight parties, you could do that and charge a premium and sell your cable as a reseller as you invite customers and clients over to your home. So listen, an entertainment night will turn into a sales night of you actually signing up customers and signing up clients. And now, just you selling the product as resellers is not the only way you can sell it. You can bring on resellers. As I said, you can charge your resellers, doing a fight party, or you can charge a premium when you throw fight parties. You charge $5 a head, and you guys just, bring in hot dogs and hamburgers and charge $5 to $10 and have people come over and you sell them this service as a business, right? So that's the business side of things, right? And so far, you can go further 880, 1250, but I wouldn't recommend you starting out with a large package, especially if you're not a salesperson. I would start small and grow and build, right? So 520 is where I would start, and then as you make money, you can circle back around to us, and then we'll create you a website and a mobile app that's going to be branded and created through your name. Of course, that's a secondary service that you have to pay for, which is about $450 for a standard app. If you want a custom advanced app, that would be $650. But we'll start off with $450, and that's on a customized app that we'll do for you, and that will cover a website and it will cover your custom app. And that's for the future. You need to close some deals first, and sign up some customers with subscriptions first. All right. So once you do that, and you close those subscriptions, guys, it's basically going to pay for itself. You don't have to generate any income. You don't have to get money out of the savings account. You don't have to do any of that. The only thing you're doing is just showing your cable, you're giving out your free trials, and you're collecting cash. All right. And that's it. It's just that simple, right? It's not rocket science, right? You don't have to try to figure nothing out. You don't have to go and try to see, well, dang, does it have this channel? It has everything. And whatever channels it does not have, we can request those channels. Now, all those channels might not be available yet, because some of those channels we have to locate, and we got to make sure that we have the license to install them and put them in our system, right? So all the channels we're not going to have. You might have a channel somewhere in Biloxi, Mississippi, that not a whole lot of people watch, and we search for that channel. It's not available, but it has other channels in that market that are available. So we'll load those channels on until that smaller channel comes available in our system. So there's not going to be anything that you have to overcome. There are not going to be objections that you cannot overcome when it comes to this cable. As I said to you guys, as a reseller, right? And let me put the and this is just my cable here. What I'm charging is $98 a year, which equates to about $8, right? $8 a month for the cable. Now, if it's multiple TVs and things like that, I'll show you how I do my service, and I've changed it several times, just try to figure out and maneuver which way is going to be the best way for me to sell my cable. And then I can give you guys some ideas and some insight on how you can make more money with your cable company as well, or just if you just want to be a user of the cable, that's fine. I don't twist hands or twist arms to try to force someone to do something. Look, I'm showing you the way that I'm going to make millions of dollars, and it's up to you if you want to make. Look, I've seen people over the years make $100 million in IPTV. So I don't have dreams and goals of making $100 million doing IPTV. That's not what I want to do. I just gave you guys, I'll make $5 million in a year's time off of this IPTV. Now it's up to you if you want to do the same thing. Now, listen, you got these cable companies out here, Comcast, you got Adelphia Cable, you got Cox Cable. Do you know these companies make over $200 to $300 million a year selling cable to people just like us, right? Listen to what I'm saying. $200, $300 million. Comcast, Adelphia, these are up north. Cox Cable. Do you know they make $200 to $300 million a year in selling us subscriptions? Do you guys understand? And I want you to understand this. Do you understand that Netflix has 306 million subscribers? Let me repeat it. Do you guys understand that Netflix has 306 million subscribers? Can you imagine 306 million people times $24 or $17.99? Can you imagine the type of money that is over the time that they've been operating and they've been a company? So this is how I want you guys to think, ladies and gentlemen. Think the exact same way. Imagine if you're offering something better than Netflix, because Netflix is included on this cable. Imagine if you offer something where it had all the softwares and programs that you were already paying for, and then someone came in and offered you something that these services were already included, and you didn't have to pay additional for them, and you can make money while selling. How much money do you make paying your subscription with Netflix? If you paid $24.99 or $17.99 a month for 3 TVs, how much do you make? Oh, I can answer that. Absolutely nothing. So why would it be very difficult for you to wrap around your mind? Why if I'm going to watch TV, or, my family members are going to watch TV, why not start a cable company and then sell it to them? Because they're already watching it. Do you know I used to pay $450 for Comcast? I had internet. I had HBO, Showtime, Stars, and Cinemax, and I had security system. I spent $450 a month, and I did that for 5 years. I don't even know. That's like $100K that I spent on cable. Actually, that's not $100K, but I was just adding up my mom's bill. She's on my service now as well, and my mom has had cable, and she was paying about $350 for 30 years. They've been in their home for 30 years, and she's had cable ever since we lived there. And I calculated that, and she spent $100,000 on cable. Now, granted, we don't think about it that way. You're just thinking about you paying the bill, right? I remember when I had Netflix, I never was watching it. I gave it to my son and my daughter, and they were watching it and watching nasty movies and stuff. But I never even watched Netflix, and I had it for 5 to 6 years, maybe even longer than that. Never even watched Netflix a whole lot. But see, the thing about it, guys, and this is how you make money with this service, is that when you start getting these small amounts, and this is just the way Netflix makes trillions of dollars, when you get these small subscription amounts that you're paying, like $25 or $30, it's automatic, because that's something small that you don't even look at. $30 for cable, I'm getting 40,000 channels, no problem. Easy. It's easy work, right? So when customers are spending those amounts, and I'm only saying this, guys, because there's so many ways you can make money with this. You can make money on the subscription side. You can also make money on the annual, selling your cable yearly, like how I'm doing, and I'm doing it all across the board. I'm making money annually. I'm also making money on subscriptions. And see, I'll show you something, right? A lot of people are like, I don't want to deal with customers. I don't want to do it. Think about this. Imagine, and this is how, when I want to make money, this is how I determine how much money I make over a year, because I look at my bills, I look at what I want in the future, and then I look at the number of what I want to make, and I divide it by 12. And then when I figure out what that number is, I also calculate how many customers I need to get to that number. And this is the exact same thing that you should model your business as well, as whatever goal you're trying to make, whatever amount of money. If you say to yourself, you want to make $20 million next year, how many customers do you need to make $20 million? And then you back out of that and divide it by 12. And then that is the customer count, or the customer number that you need to make 20 million. Guys, it's easy math. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a genius, but I do know how to count money, and I do know how to get to a certain goal of how much money I want to make. So I set my goal at 5 million. What is your goal? What's the goal? Do you need to make $200,000 this year? Because you got, you want to finish paying for college, and, you want to finish paying for your student loan or pay your house off, right? So you take 200 grand divided by 12, and that gives you, right, a monthly amount of money that you need to make. And now you take the amount of customers that you need to get to that point. And it's easy. I've been trying to explain this to people for so long, and it just goes right over their head, right? Because the only thing they're thinking about, oh my God, I didn't make any money this week. So now in their mind, they think they're a failure because they didn't make any money. You see, here's the great thing about why I'm very successful in anything that I do and anything that I focus on, guys, is because I don't look at just a week of not doing well as a failure. Guys, this is not, listen, the story of the tortoise and the hare. You don't have to rush and be so fast to try to win the race, guys. Do you know there's 12 months in a year? You might have a whole bad 3 months, and then the rest of those months, guys, you can blow it out the park and become a millionaire. That's what people don't understand. They think, okay, 6 months, I'm failing. And they think their life is over. They're a failure. They're not good at business. No, guys, listen. Sometimes it could take 2 years for you to become a millionaire. And because people start doing a business that they're not familiar with, and they think, okay, because I didn't do good the first 2 years, I'm a failure. I spent over $200,000 on this stupid business, and I didn't get not one customer, right? And it's not because of the business. It's actually because of the person. Everybody has the same playing field. They wake up. We all wake up the same way, right? We all have the same amount of time in a day. So what makes this person so successful where he can make $100 million, but you're on Section 8. What's the difference between a Section 8 person and a person that owns a Fortune 500 company that makes $200 to $300 million a year? And this is the kicker. We have the same time in the day. We have the same resources. Listen, guys, we have AI right now, artificial intelligence, where you could be a dummy. You could be literally stupid, right? And I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm definitely not the smartest person in the world, but I'm a millionaire. And you might look at me how I'm dressed. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm being real with y'all right now. Sometimes I don't even take no bath or a shower. But if you look at myself right now, I look clean. I ain't even bathed today. I'm being too real right now. Listen, but I can guarantee you, just looking at a person does not determine what their worth is. It doesn't. It does not determine their worth, right? What determines your worth is how hard you work. But I can tell you one thing, I don't work for nobody. I don't have to clock in nowhere and go, work for no person's job, and they talking to me and spitting in my face like I'm in the military, telling me what time I got to clock out. I just saw something on Facebook. This is to let you know entertainment rules the world. I just saw something on Facebook where a girl got sent home by her manager at McDonald's. She left the job and came back and stabbed the manager and killed her. This was on Facebook. It was on the news and everything. I don't have to worry about going to work and getting my manager mad and me getting stabbed or shot by my manager, because I work for myself. If I'm going to get hurt, it's either going to be me stabbing myself or shooting myself, because it's very difficult to do at home. Now, when you go out in places and stuff, you can easily get killed or whatever. But I can guarantee you, wherever I go, I'm locked, loaded, and ready for anything that pop off. Don't let these slacks fool you. Don't let them fool you. I'm trying to tell you, right? So if you don't have to go to nobody's job and you kind of control your time and you control what you do, why can't you be a millionaire, right? And I don't talk about making $100,000. A lot of people talking about, because you can make $100,000 in 30 seconds if you have the right business, right? Only talking to people who can understand, because sometimes I might be talking Chinese to a lot of y'all, or another language or something, or Japanese, right? A lot of people I talk about business, and they look at my face and see the color of skin, might see what I'm wearing and be like, he ain't got on no Gucci shoes, so I ain't listening to him. Let me tell y'all something. This is a great way to tell if somebody has money or they're doing pretty good. If you look at the entertainment business or just people who do well, those people who are fat, you look at them 1 month and then they skinny, and then the next month they get fat and then they get skinny again. A good rule of thumb: anybody that you see is real big or real fat, not all the time. Let's just have some people just fat, but they get skinny, get fat, get skinny. Those people are doing pretty good, because evidently either they're eating wrong or they're eating anything they can get their hand on, because they got enough money to spend to buy food, right? So anytime I see somebody fat, I think this is how African people look at wealth as well. The fatter you are, the more money you have, because you can afford to eat. But some people just be eating chips and sodas all day, so that's why they fat. It's thundering out here. So what I'm saying is, for those, when you see people and you see them get real big, right, it's because they're eating good. They're literally eating good, and they don't have to choose if they got to eat saltine or Ritz crackers or salmon or steak. They just eat what they want because the money flows, right? You guys could be the exact same way. Now, I'm saying being fat, because you need to be healthy. I can gain 7 pounds since I've been traveling, but you need to be healthy. But what I'm saying to you is that this business, right? And I don't tell people to become resellers, but I give them an idea, and I tell them, look, what do you want to make? Do you want to still work a job, or do you want to offer something and get paid off stuff that everybody's already doing? You have the product. A lot of people say, I don't know. Oh, woe is me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been going to this job for 7 years, and they've been just doing me wrong. I'm giving you guys right now an opportunity to be able to sell a product, and not even sell, because it sells itself. I cannot tell you the numerous times that I've actually given out a free trial and the person has come back and said, hey, the TV ain't working no more. And I told them the trial is over and they say how much it costs. That's not a sale. I didn't have to sell nobody nothing. See, when you have to sell a product and you got to persuade somebody how good the product is versus showing them and then you just don't say nothing and then they call you back and tell you, well, why did it cut off? That means you got a good product, guys. That's how you become a millionaire. Listen, I don't talk about people becoming thousandaires. I used to talk that way when I was small-minded. But when you've made millions of dollars, when you've hit the million mark, you don't talk the same way you used to talk. You listen, I can't even hang out with people who just want to party and drink liquor and beer and get hoes. I don't deal with those type of people no more because that's not who I used to be that person. Where all I care about is just getting hoes. But guys, life is bigger than that. If you listen, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. If you're a player, if you're new to the game of business or e-commerce or selling anything, when you have money, women too, when you have money, it don't even matter what you look like. When you have money, it don't matter what you look like, how you're coming. Listen, you can get anything you want. And I don't know why the world is based around what you have, but when you have money, you can get anything you want. Nobody will tell you no. Look at Diddy. Look at Puff Daddy. Had all the money he want. Ain't nobody never tell him no. I was paying attention to that trial and nobody told Diddy no. He was peeing on people, probably doodling on people. I have no idea. But what I'm trying to prove a point to you is that when you have money, nothing matters. Listen, I'm talking to fellas right now because a lot of women, y'all get to the money. Y'all find the men with the money. But here's what I'm saying to the fellas. Get your pockets straight. Stop worrying about the newest jeans or FUBU. I'm talking about FUBU. I'm telling my age now. Stop worrying about the Gucci and the Pradas. Get your paper right. I want to tell y'all a personal story about me because a lot of y'all don't know me. Just see a black fat dude and thinking I'm a scammer or something probably. But I have a story about my children. I hadn't saw my children in 4 years, and I had the pleasure of seeing my son play basketball 3 days ago. And the reason why I'm telling this story is to tell you that it does not matter how much money you are worth. Don't matter if you worth $30 billion, right? What's most important is your time and you spending time with your family, those close to you, your friends, your loved ones. Because listen, money will change things for you and make things happen quickly, but it don't make you happy. And you can listen to me and listen to other people who have money, right? You can't talk to nobody that don't got money now, but I'm saying you can talk to people who don't have money and they just spin around in circles. But you talk to people who have money, even the ones who are wealthy right now. After you get to a certain point in life and you make so much money, it's not going to make you happy. What makes you truly, truly happy is your relationships that you have with your friends and your family and your children, if you have children, right? And so I said that to say this is that, it doesn't matter how much you have, right? It's what you leave behind, really. That's what actually matters. What you leave behind is for your legacy. And that's what I'm working on right now. And I told you guys, $5 million is not a lot of money, but that's my goal this year. Is before the year's out, I'm going to hit 5 million and then I'm going to disappear. As you guys know, I disappeared from off the internet for a whole 3 to 4 years because when I made my money, I left. And it's the exact same thing I'm going to do again. I set a goal and I hit that goal. So guys, you can go from $0. And when you set your goal, you can hit that goal. You can disappear off social media. That's what I would advise you to do, right? I can help you do that. I'm not here to joke around with you and laugh and, that's played out. Again, if we are not on the same page and you're not trying to get money and get to the next level, I really don't have anything to talk about because my time is very, very valuable. And that's how each and every person that comes across this video, because you're going to come across it, You have to realize that your time that you have every day is the most valuable thing in life. The time that you have on this earth, it's the most valuable thing in life. Let me see if I can share my screen. I don't know how to do it. I can share my screen big, but your time, guys, is the most valuable thing that you have on this earth. And once you lose that time, you cannot get that back, right? And so here's the thing I want you guys to do. And we're talking about this cable, and we're talking about you doing it as a reseller. That was the purpose of my video, is showing you how to become a reseller and how easy it is. Now, if you look at my video and you say, you know what, man, nobody got time to be that selling. That's just you, Octavian. That's what you do. But that ain't what I do, right? That's fine. Then become a consumer, become a client of mine. And I'm going to show you what I'm offering you. And this is my new plan that I just rolled out this week. So if you don't want to sell it, I don't care. Just use it, right? Just use it. So if you take a look, if you want to become a subscriber of my cable, then it's 40,000 live channels, 200K videos on demand and movies with this service. And it's $20. That's 3 hookups in your house. So you're not going to find that anywhere. And as soon as I changed that this week, I started getting a lot of signups, because this is a more and more convenient thing, because most people have more than one television in their home. So it's $20 a month. That'll hook up 3 TVs in your house for a year of service. And look, if you're doing 3 TVs and you don't want to pay the yearly, no problem with me. Just go ahead and do the $20. But think about this, right? I'm just showing you how I'm gonna get my money. Think about, right, over 1 year's time, and I got 10,000 people paying me $20. You know how much money that is? Listen, let me calculate this out, because I done told y'all I ain't good with math. But let me just tell y'all so you understand how much money this is, because people are already paying Netflix $24 and $17. Think about this. 10,000 customers times 20, guys, is 200K. So do you know, just for hooking people up and 10,000 customers, that's $200,000 I receive every day, whether I go to work or not. That's how much money comes to me every single month. And I don't even got to get out of my bed. I can just wake up in my underwear and make 200K for just showing people a better way and how to save money. That's not including resellers. That's not including my annual fees. That's not including me selling Fire Sticks. That's not including me selling on boxes. It's not including any of that. That's only 10,000 members. I would wake up in my drawers and go to my mailbox, come back in the house, watch a little bit of porn, jack off about 3 or 4 times, and I got 200K in my bank. You don't think that's good money? Literally. Y'all don't think that's, now, if you don't think it's good money, it ain't good money. But listen to me what I'm saying. 10,000 people sign up for this service at $20 is 200K. And that's whether I wake up or not. That's whether if I'm dead, sleeping in my grave, or dead in my sleep, I'm still gonna make $200,000. It's easy, right? If you want to learn how to do it, and you want to learn how to make some not quick cash, but this is long-term money, residual. That's gonna happen for the rest of your life. And listen, not only are you gonna make money, but your kids will make money. Right? So if you're interested in becoming a reseller, reach out to us on the inbox, and we will show you how to get started. We will show you how to pre-sale this product. You might say, I ain't got no $520 to start. Y'all ain't finna take my money. You don't need to spend it. Send us some clients. Send us some customers. And I'll pay you a commission for every customer you send me. I'll give you a commission for those customers you send, right? This service is so good, we already know that you're going to make money. It's proven. All of our resellers that have signed on have made money, right? And your goal is, in any business you do, whatever you invest, you want to make that investment back. Once you make that investment back, you're playing with the house's money, right? And so that's what we want to show you. Now, if you just want to be a customer of mine and you want to sign up with Global just because you don't want to sell, No problem. Send me over the 20 bucks. Send me over the 20. All right. And we can still do business. All right, guys. That is my time. I'm your CEO, Octavian Anthony, and we about to hit the goal of 5 million. Well, how many more months I got? It's July, August, September, October, November, December. I got 5 months to hit my million mark. And once I hit 5 million, what I'll do is I'm going to shoot a video and show you guys how I started from June or July, how I went from zero in this business to $5 million. I'm gonna record it and show you guys and show you the actual months that we go through to make that money. All right, to show you how easy it's done. But I'll tell you, when I show you from 0 to 5 million in 6 months, you guys gonna have to pay for my program. It's not gonna be free. I'm gonna charge you 5 to 10 grand for my program to get you to that same point. It's worth it. But anyways, peace, guys. I'm your CEO. I'm Octavian Anthony. Until we see you again.
Yeah. 98, baby. Premium. I got 40K streams in the palm of my hand. Every movie, every channel on demand. Netflix, nah, I'm running my own brand. Yeah. 98, I'm the cable god fam. 40K, I don't gotta wait. Premium dreams straight from heaven's gate. Unlimited flicks, tell them chill, press play. Instead I Iptv, baby, all day. Cut the cord, now I'm plugged into glory. All the shows, yeah, I'm writing my own story. From ESPN to that new Mandalorian. Feel like a king in a digital emporium. 40,000, that's a nation on screen. From Dubai to Queens, I see everything. HD dreams, no cable box fiend. Just Wi-Fi, baby, I reign supreme. Movie night, drop the popcorn, run it. That new release, already done it. Blockbuster in my room, I ain't bluffing. Got all the channels, they be pressing buttons. I got 40K streams in the palm of my hand. In my hand, every movie, every channel on demand. Don't need HBO when I got the whole land. 98, yeah, that's the game plan. 40K, I don't gotta wait. Premium dreams straight from heaven's gate. Unlimited flicks, tell them chill, press play. Instead I PT, baby, all day. See, I don't just watch TV, I curate the vibe. You wait 3 months for a movie, I watched it before the trailer dropped. This ain't cable, this is liberation. I see 10 screens at once, like a genius. Premier League to K-drama, seamless. Old school classics, new school bangers. Only thing missing is a Grammy hanger. I pay less, they pay more. I see doors, they see stores. They buy plans, I explore. 40K options, I'm never bored. Yeah, $98 changed my whole life. TV ain't never been the same. It's Yay Vision, a PTV edition. Wanna beat recommendation to match, try something like but all of the lights as inspiration. I can also want a beat recommendation to match, try something like all of the lights inspiration. I can also